Get Posse YouTube, how's it going everybody? Got for you guys today a quote-unquote 6th gen NU Wi-Fi battle. Now for those of you who don't know what I mean, then you most likely did not see the video that was uploaded before this one, and I'll leave a link to that down in the description, or you can just go check in your sub boxes. It was uploaded about an hour before this, and it's only about 2 minutes long. If you watch that, you'll be caught up on what exactly is going on right now. And before I continue, I want to go ahead and say thank you to everybody for reaching our like goal in the previous Wi-Fi battle, and much like that one, if we can get this Wi-Fi battle up to 400 likes, I will definitely upload another video for you guys tomorrow. And actually, if you guys would like to see some more NU Wi-Fi battles, leave a comment down below and like if you want, informing me that you would like to see me do more 6th gen NU Wi-Fi battles until the actual tier comes out, and even then I'll still keep doing them. Also PU, I would definitely be doing more PU as well on Wi-Fi, so be on the lookout for that. Anyways, this battle was against my very good friend Nathan, aka LMNOhP. Going into this battle, the biggest threat I saw on this team was going to be the Drudagon. Now Drudagon was in Richard's NU tier for about maybe 2 days. Then he realized that, well, Drudagon is broken, so he got rid of it, but this was back when Drudagon was in NU for a while. So Nathan's going to be leading off with his Miltank, as I'm going to be leading off with my Primate. Now I am Black Belt Primate, which means I can just spam close combat, because nothing on Nathan's team is going to safely switch into this close combat, not even his Skuntank, and he actually stays in, predicting me to want to go for the U-turn, predicting him to possibly want to switch out. As I'm able to knock out the Miltank, he's going to bring in the Drudagon. I don't want to risk possibly not knocking this thing out with a close combat, so what I'm going to do is just go for the safe U-turn on now into my Steelix and get off a bit of chip damage as he goes for the Outrage. Unfortunately, he does end up getting a crit, but in the long run of the battle, the crit really does not end up mattering too much at all, as I'm in a position where I can either go for the Earthquake or go for the Stealth Rocks, and I end up going for the Stealth Rocks, completely forgetting the fact that Skuntank could actually learn Defog. If I had remembered that, then I would have most likely just gone for the Earthquake this turn to get off a bit more damage on the Drudagon, so I could ensure that my Primate's close combat would be able to knock him out. But yeah, as I said, I just forgot, and then this turn I'm actually going to go for the Earthquake as he brings in the Basculine, predicting me to most likely go for a Gyro Ball, because why else would you bring in a Basculine on a Steelix? And most Steelix that I've seen don't tend to carry Earthquake, as I get off a solid 60% amount of damage on that. I don't want to take a Waterfall, because the only thing on my team that wants to take a possible choice bet in the Outrage is my Steelix, so I'm going to be forced to switch out as I bring in my Executor. That Waterfall does a lot more damage than I thought it would, and then I see that this damn thing has leftovers, and this Executor is just a giant failure. It's got leftovers and not Stitch's Berry. It's shiny, and then above that it's blind, because I missed the Sleep Powder on the incoming Skuntank, which kind of sucks, because now he's in a position where he could go for the Defog, go for the Crunch, or possibly even Pursuit Trap me. So I switch out, hoping that he wouldn't go for the Pursuit and actually go for the Crunch. That way I could get a free switch into my Drapion, then go for the Earthquake. But he actually ends up going for the Defog. And now I kind of wanted to go for the knockoff this turn, but I thought he would stay in, just scouting out to see what exactly I wanted to do. So he does actually stay in, and he goes for the taunt, I guess maybe thinking I was a defensive Drapion, as this turn I'm going to predict him to switch out, and I'm going to go for the knockoff, but he makes a very nice play, stays in, predicting me to predict him to switch out, and he's just going to go for the Crunch just to get off a bit of damage on my Drapion, as this turn I'm going to go for another Earthquake, positive in the fact that he would stay in with Skuntank just because he doesn't want anything else on his team to get its item knocked off. As I get rid of the Skuntank, this now means that if I can get on my Stealth Rocks again with my Steelix, they will be here for the remainder of the battle, as he brings in the Regirock. Even though I do have Earthquake, Regirock has a 200 base physical defense stat if I'm not mistaken, which means Earthquake will be doing practically nothing to this thing. So I make the safe switch into my Executor, as now I can go for the Giga Drain or I can go for the Sleep Powder, and I actually go for the Sleep Powder, predicting him to want to bring in the Drudagon. And you have 6 eyes. How can you possibly miss a Sleep Powder twice in a row? Anyways, I don't want to stand and take a possible Fire Punch, So I switch into my luxury, which after the Intimidate, I thought I would be able to take this Fire Punch with relative ease, but no, that does a solid 52% as I go for the Hidden Power Grass, predicting him to switch out to Regirock, predicting me to go for the Hidden Power Ice. He is not going to be able to knock me out with another Fire Punch, and this sucks because Luxray could have come in handy later in this battle. As I bring in my Dusknoir, because Fire Punch is not stabbed, I should be able to easily take the hit if he does want to stay in. If not, then I should be able to burn anything else on his team. As he brings in the Luxray, I saw that he didn't have Intimidate, and as soon as I saw the Will-O-Wisp animation, I facepalmed because I remembered that Luxray gets Guts, and I just gave this thing the Guts boost. So he's going to go for the Crunch. I am max defense, max HP, and that does about 53%, which was really impressive because Dusknoir is an extremely bulky Pokemon, but I'm able to get off a respectable amount of damage with the Nightshade, 50 HP to be exact, as I don't want to take another Crunch, so I'm going to switch into my Dredagon. Unfortunately, he's going to end up getting the defense drop, which really does not end up mattering too much, just because even if he crits me with the next Crunch, I'll be able to take it, but it does kind of suck because I might be forced to switch out after I knock out this Luxray, depending on whatever he wants to bring in, as he just ends up leaving in his Luxray for Death Fodder. I'm able to knock that out with the Poison Jab, as now he's going to bring in the Basculin. I really have nothing on my team that wants to take a hit from this thing, so I have no choice but to fodder off my Drapion, as he actually goes for the double edge and he gets a crit. So yeah, even if he didn't get the defense drop, that crit really wouldn't have mattered, as I bring in my Exeggutor, trying to go and at least do something with this Exeggutor. So Nathan actually thinks that I'm going to go for the Sleep Powder a third time, which is why he goes for the Aqua Jet and not the Double Edge, because this way I would be able to put his Basculin to sleep and his last two remaining Pokemon wouldn't be able to be put to sleep, which isn't too bad of a play on Nathan's part actually, but at that point I just really did not want to bother with Sleep Powder, so I just went for the Psyshock. As I knock out the Basculin, he is now going to bring in the Dredagon as I switch into my Steelix, thinking he would go for the Outrage, but no, he does make the better play. As he goes for the Fire Punch, he's going to be able to easily knock me out, and I still do not want to switch directly into my Primeape, so what I'm going to do is actually bring in my Dusknoir. This way I can get off a bit of damage with the Nightshade and the combination of burn damage, then get a free switch into my Primeape and knock him out. But he actually switches into the Regirock, and because I'm very positive that he's just going to stay in and keep spamming Rock Slide after he goes for the Thunder Wave, what I'm going to do is actually switch directly into my Primeape on the Regirock, not fearing him possibly doubling out into the Dredagon, which means now I'm in a position where something on his team is going to get knocked out, and he most likely is just going to leave in his Regirock for Death Fodder, as I'm going to be able to easily knock that thing out because he is around 40% HP, and his last Pokemon at this point is the Dredagon, which I am faster than, and if he does want to go for the Sucker Punch, I'll be able to easily live that and knock him out with this close combat. As you can see here, if I didn't switch out earlier in the battle, this battle would have been about 5 turns less than it had to be, but in the end it was still just a very fun battle. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. As I said, this was a quote-unquote 6th Gen NU Wi-Fi battle. If you would like to see more of these, leave a comment down below and make sure to leave a like. And with that, guys, I will see you all soon. If you missed my previous Wi-Fi battle, a link to that will also be down in the description, and make sure to go check out my previous 2 uploads if you might have missed those as well. And with that, I will see you all soon, so later everybody.